Alright guys, hello and welcome. Sorry for the delay, we've got another couple of sets that I'm going to cast today. I'm looking forward to casting these sets. It seems like they all come in on Sundays, so I'm going to try to make sure that I can stay ahead on it, and I really appreciate you being here. Let's go and take a look at the statistics for the first set that we're going to be casting. That first set is going to be Jasuni versus Core Diamond. Jasuni is an American player. He's a random map scripter and a friend of mine. He's helped us out with maps in the past, and he's helping us out with an Alaska map for a future season of Alchemy League. So he comes in at a little over 900 elo according to our reckoning. And then Core Diamond is a little over 1100 elo according to our reckoning. So Core Diamond definitely with an advantage, but Jasuni has a lot of cool strategies. And he's able to make them work at his skill level. So maybe we'll see a surprise here and Jasuni will get an upset and he'll defeat Core Diamond in at least one of the games. We'll have to see. So anyway, let's go and take a look at the games now. First game is on the map of the round, and the map of the round for this round is Seikilos. So let's start. We got Jasuni over here at 3 or 4 o'clock, somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock, and he's playing as the Green Celts. And then we have Core Diamond between 9 and 10. And he is playing as the Blue Malians. So Celts on this map. Celts are a fun civilization. Unfortunately, you don't get to see them very often. I feel like Celts are kind of underrepresented. People are not playing them very often. I think it's because Celts are inherently a slow civilization to do what they want to do. Celts are a classic infantry and siege civilization. That's what they specialize in. They don't have monks, not really, but they are, because they don't have monks, they're even better at infantry and siege. Do I think that Celts win in a late grind crawl against Teutons? Of course not. Teuton monks would just convert Celtic siege onagers and heavy scorpions. So, you know, a civilization with monks as an option will pretty much always win in the late game crawl against a civilization that doesn't have monks in those sorts of in those sorts of slow army compositions. But I mean, you never know. Your opponent could have an awful civilization, or they could have a civilization that's really weak against your crawl. Malians are also, I guess you could argue, an infantry and siege civilization. Except I think that they go about it in a little bit different of a way. They're not quite as specialized as Celts. They still get those Ferimba cavalries, and they have better monks than Celts do. So Malians, I think, are a little bit more versatile. And they actually may be the better civ in general on this map, where you can kind of wall off to the sides, and you can get your infantry and siege going too. I think both these civilizations want to do infantry siege against each other. Celtic pikemen are a little bit faster, so they could run down those Ferimba cavalry pretty well. Malians, I believe Malians get hand cannoneers. They do not get fully upgradable arbalisters. They're missing bracer. But then again, so are Celts. So Celtic unique technology of stronghold, allowing castles and towers to fire faster. Look at Jasuni down here. Jasuni doing the whole trick with the sheep holding the gate open while he pushes in a deer. That is somewhat unfortunate for Jasuni that his deer are outside. Actually, I think they're all supposed to be outside. It looks like he got one deer in already, although this deer is trying to get out. So he's got to pull the sheep away from the gate so the deer can't escape. Hopefully he doesn't lose the villager to the boar. Oh, he garrisoned it in time. I don't know, though. You know, either civilization could do like a standard archer's build. Initially, Celts gather wood faster. So They could have a pretty sick archer build. Maybe don't need to put as many villagers on wood. Which means they could assign them in other places. Core Diamond. Let's see if Core Diamond's having any better luck with the deer luring here. I suppose so. I suppose it's a little bit better. You know, I've seen people just delete a wall segment. It's only a few wood. I think those are the sort of people that are afraid of their sheep being scouted and taken. Core Diamond also smartly building this mill closer to the edge of his walls here, so that he doesn't have to push the deer so far. Actually, I don't know how smart it is. This is just kind of lucky, because his berries were forward. Jasuni's berries are in the back. This is pretty much hideout, you guys. It's hideout with a perfectly circular forest in the center, a Greek forest that's perfectly circular, and I think there's the forest outside is a little bit more substantive, and but there's also rocky outcroppings and such, big rocks and berry bushes and that sort of thing. I don't know. Does it make you feel like you're in Greece when you see this? It's kind of a bush forest, a little bit more of a bush forest outside. So interestingly, okay, Jasuni's built his lumber camp here. We almost couldn't see it. Of course, Core Diamond will be able to see it just fine. Why would you build your lumber camp here? Why not back here or something? Maybe it's because he's afraid of chopping through to Core Diamond, but they're actually pretty well isolated so far. We've got quite the distance here, maybe at least 10 tiles, probably closer to 15. So I don't think anybody's going to have to worry about chopping through to somebody else. But Core Diamond with the same thing. He does not want to chop through to Jasuni. They both built their lumber camps off to the side, which is okay, I suppose. And they've also had similar click-ups here. Core Diamond's a little bit ahead of Jasuni, but not much. Jasuni does have some idle time under his town center, though. It could be because of all that deer pushing. Deer pushing can be very frustrating. And Jasuni heavily on gold now. I'm wondering what the purpose of that is. Is he going to go archers? This is an archer volume of gold miners right here. I don't think he needs to be on this many on gold this early. But this would suggest that he is planning an archer's build. But if he's doing that, then he needs to build that barracks very, very, very soon. Maybe not, though. Maybe he's just going to buy some food. Maybe that's the plan. Because it seems like he's low on food. He's going to build a market immediately. And what about a blacksmith? There it is. So Jasuni going fast castle, and he's just going to buy the food that he needs. He's going to use the market to get up. Core Diamond has a barracks, and he is also building a blacksmith right in his wood line, and a market. So they're both planning a fast castle type strategy, which could make sense, because they are kind of on opposite sides of the map from each other. Do they know that, though? Core Diamond looking for Jasuni now. Hasn't found him yet. Jasuni also just now looking for Core Diamond. So neither of these guys are very aggressive for the time being. Jasuni now starting with the barracks. But Core Diamond didn't really use his barracks earlier. They're both on their way up to the castle age. Core Diamond getting horse collar to make his farms more efficient, which is important because he's already started building them. And he's also on stone. So could that mean that Core Diamond is planning for a castle in Gebetos? What does Jasuni do about Gebetos? Well, he probably makes scorpions. Scorpions or mangonels or something to deal with the Gebetos. Jasuni coming out across the map. Now this is interesting. Now, I'm wondering what this is. I think this might be walling villagers, but I'm not sure. But if he's doing it at this point, he should just build a stone wall. But Jasuni isn't on stone, so I don't know what's going on. But we're going to continue to follow it. See if we can figure out Jasuni's plan. Sometimes he likes to just build sneak military production buildings on the side. That's worked out well for him in the past. Core Diamond Castle Age in just a few seconds. He does not have the wood to build another town center, although he might still have it soon. Aha! Jasuni is going to Huang rush Core Diamond. I love this. So he's got a monastery, he's got a siege workshop. Jasuni is out for blood. He wants to be aggressive against Core Diamond. And Core Diamond's building another town center, so Core Diamond taking a more economic approach. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. So I tested out the stream notification bot on myself without having to hit the test button, because for the one that we did get working last night, I'd only set it up halfway through. And so this is it figuring out for itself that I was live, and it did, so that's good. You're just in time. Jasuni is just about to lay some pressure onto Core Diamond. And Core Diamond doesn't know about this. Yeah, this is Jasuni's scout here. So this is what Jasuni sees. So if I were Jasuni, I wouldn't actually waste time with this. I would roll around and attack this over here, because Core Diamond has resources here. Now, Core Diamond wants to get a castle up, but he's only got 2 on stone so far. But if Core Diamond does manage to get a castle up, it will complicate Jasuni's push. Jasuni should make a ram, but he hasn't pushed in yet. He's making another monk, and he started working on this gate. Yeah, so Jasuni seems to understand that this gate is what he needs to attack. And if he can deny both of these stones in this area, he'll put Core Diamond in a pretty big pickle. Incidentally enough, alright, yeah, Core Diamond's gold is pretty safe. But his stone, if he denies the stone, Core Diamond could be in serious jeopardy. Core Diamond has made a spearman to stop this scout, but he's in for a rude awakening, because there are a couple of scorpions here, and I think he's now going to see the scorpions and realize that there's more to this. Yeah, he builds a stable. But Jasuni is ready for the stable because he's got monks. The monks don't have any upgrades yet. Jasuni going for the conversion on that spearman, but Core Diamond deletes it. And Jasuni has a mangonel rolling forward, and he's built another siege workshop, and he's making another mangonel from that. Here's Core Diamond's castle. Can Jasuni get in to deny the castle in time? If this were the 2K level, this castle would not go up. But Jasuni does have a mangonel here. He's going to target the villager for conversion. He's moving his units forward. Of course, horrible DE pathing. Are the siege weapons going to get in there in time? A scout has been created. Jasuni has to flatten that scout. Is that scout enough to buy the time, and Jasuni's going to back up and let the castle go up? That is very unfortunate. If Jasuni loses, it's because that castle was allowed to go up. That castle should have never gone up. It was only 1 scout, and he had 2 mangonels present that could have flattened the villagers building it. But it's not the end of the world for Jasuni, even though he could have killed like 10 villagers here and denied the castle. It's not the end of the world for him, because this castle is, when you look at it, it's really not securing any resources at all. Like, there are no resources underneath this castle. Jasuni could destroy this wall, and he could come around here, and he could push both of these town centers from this location. And that's all he's got to do. If I were Jasuni, though, I would destroy this stable. The stable's pretty annoying. It keeps on making scouts that are picking off his monks. He could also use some more scorpions, but of course Jasuni, he's getting the armor and health upgrade. Actually, just health upgrade for the monks. And he still has 1 monk here. And he's trying to convert this scout, but the scout is running away. He could use some more scorpions. He's got a ram. Okay, he manages to kill the scout, but he does not convert it. The monk is weak. He will have to make another monk. Jasuni massing up the stone he needs for a castle. He's taking his foot off the gas a little bit, and he's building another town center on this stone to secure it. But he could definitely use some more villagers on gold. He's also built his farms around this mill. I'm not really sure why he would build them there when there's a town center right next to it, but it's understandable. Core Diamond trying to finish off this monk, but Jasuni's scorpions will not allow it. He's destroyed the stable, forcing Core Diamond to build a new one. And these Gebetos are so good against rams. I worry that this scorpion has entered the range of the castle, but not quite. But these Gebetos are bad against scorpions. Jasuni needs more of these scorpions, but they do manage to finish off the scorpions. And there's another Gebeto that exits now. Jasuni destroying this mining camp, effectively taking Core Diamond off of that stone. Core Diamond managed to just barely get enough stone to build this castle. Actually, I think he bought some stone. He was going to wall this off so Jasuni can't bug him anymore. Jasuni's mining camp has gone down, and these villagers are going to go home. I don't know if he realizes that. Maybe he's too busy managing his economy at home. Core Diamond has 48 villagers to Jasuni's 40. He's got monks here. The monks are going to target the Gebetos. Core Diamond has to run away. He manages to get a conversion, but I think all of the monks converted that one Gebeto. No? Maybe not. And he's still pushing. Let's see, is he making more siege? He needs more siege. No more siege, but he is going to build another monastery over here. He's got plenty of wood, so he definitely has the resources to make more military. It's just a matter of Jasuni having enough clicks, being able to select everything and do what he needs to do. Here's a monk. I think Jasuni is going for this relic here. Core Diamond is massing light cavalry. Jasuni grabs this relic and he's coming back. We've done the monk siege push before here on stream many times, years ago. It's just hard. It's hard to be able to micromanage and do everything that you need to do. Here's a perfect opportunity for Core Diamond to go and deny Jasuni a relic. Jasuni going for conversions on these light cav. Core Diamond pulling back. I think Jasuni might be able to get them. Nope. Core Diamond with a sprawling farming economy here. I think these light cav are just about going to finish off the monks. That hurts. He needs at least 3 monasteries working at this point, and a barracks making spearmen would help too. He is making spearmen, but it's just not going to be enough. The game was completely decided by this castle going up here. Core Diamond managing to get that castle up, which is just too bad. If the castle had been denied, the game would be a lot closer right now. Jasuni's forward is destroyed. His last villager is about to go down. He's lost all of his military. I don't think he'll continue making anything from here. No. He might create more. Alright, he's not giving up yet. He's decided now that this has been cleared up, he doesn't have to focus any attention to it. So he can focus on his economy at home. And that's what he's doing. He's making farms, but he's behind. Can he catch up? I don't know. It'll be hard. But he's going to try since it's a tournament. You always want to try hard for tournaments. And maybe his opponent makes a mistake. You never know. So Core Diamond going to come out here and build a town center on this stone. He will mine the stone, be part of his empire. Jasuni, 49 villagers to Core Diamond, 63. Jasuni is going to build a castle over here. This castle will secure this side of Jasuni's base from attack. I think that's why he's building it there. And Jasuni should totally be building stone walls across these gaps as well. But he may not have the resources. Or the time. He's adding another town center on this wood line here and next to what's left of this gold. I like this town center. I think it's a good town center. Neither player really... I guess Core Diamond has started chopping this. But I think they're realizing how thick this layer is right here. So they can sort of chop in the back of their base now. So Core Diamond is getting relics. He's gotten one relic so far. And he's sending scouts out across the map to look for the others, I suppose. And he does know about this relic here. So Core Diamond could get that relic as well. But he's sending Gebetos and he's sending Light Cav. This side of Jasuni's base is not secure. Jasuni needs a castle over here too. Maybe right here. So that he could secure this stone and this stone. And maybe still this area here, like the castle were here or something. It would be a good location for a castle. He's building a university, which means he's preparing to go up to the next stage. It's generally what university means, although he already has the buildings because he has a castle. He's getting handcart. And he's not making any Woad Raiders from the castle, though. Woad Raiders are fun. And Core Diamond is going to come knocking on the door here pretty soon. These Gebetos could probably destroy a palisade gate in like 2 swings. If they wanted to. But he's not sure what Jasuni has back here. Jasuni's clicked up to the Imperial Age. Core Diamond has clicked up to the Imperial Age. Jasuni going to take this stone. Core Diamond's got his light cavalry here. He wants this monk, but the castle is right there. He's going to try to snipe it anyway. Sending more light cav. Light cav running underneath villagers garrisoning. But it's just a scouting party. Jasuni is now making Woad Raiders. And he's getting, I think, Stronghold. Yeah. Which will allow his castles and towers to shoot faster. All of these villagers going down, though, that's very unfortunate for Jasuni. Distracted by those light cav. And this area, this side of his base is not secure. The Gebetos can just run back here and just kill everything. Which is unfortunate for Jasuni that this isn't a little bit better walled off. Alright, looks like he is pulling his villagers away. He needs to get these lumberjacks. I don't know if he sees it. Alright, he is heading to the safety of this town center now. He's going to lose a couple of villagers, though. He's only got 49 villagers, and 6 military. 6 military probably in the form of Woad Raiders somewhere. Here they are. Not enough Woad Raiders to deal with the Gebetos. I think Woad Raiders are pretty strong otherwise. The Gebetos only have 10 attack. The Woad Raiders have 11. The Woad Raiders are less armored than the Gebetos, I think. Well, that's because these Gebetos have better armor upgrades. But the Woads are fast. 40 hit points for the Gebetos versus 70 hit points for the Woad Raiders. So the Woad Raiders are significantly tankier than the Gebetos. But there's just not enough Woad Raider here. Jasuni hits the Imperial Age. He's got a ton of wood. He does not have the... He's not taking wood right now. And he's off his farms. Half his economy is idle and garrisoned in this town center. So he just needs an answer to these Gebetos. I think it's Scorpions, but... Yeah, okay, he's building a siege workshop at home. And he's building a town center to secure this gold. With this gold secured, he can afford to make Scorpions at least for a little while. Core Diamond is going to wall this off here because he's not sure what Jasuni has over this way. And he doesn't want to deal with it. These are only palisade walls, though, so it's kind of a waste of time in the Imperial Age. But it makes him feel a little bit more secure, that's fine. Look at how fast this house goes down to these Gebetos. Are these elite Gebetos? Hey, see you later, Cookie. Yes, they are. That's why. No. This castle will never go up. Jasuni can't build that castle. It looks like he tried, though, and he just lost all the stone for it. That is very unfortunate. But it's a good lesson for Jasuni. You can't build a castle underneath 16 Gebetos like that. Maybe if they were war elephants and you could wall them out or something, but a ranged unit like that? No way. So Jasuni, 58 villagers. I think he's still... Is he still making villagers? Doesn't look like he's making anything right now. Core Diamond gets chemistry, and he's got a bunch of villagers coming down this way. He's going to build a castle, and this is like building a bunch of production buildings kind of villagers here. These villagers are going to build all the production buildings that he needs in order to finish out the game and defeat his opponent. Jasuni has a Mangonel out, and he's got some Woad Raiders. Core Diamond might try to micro these Gebetos, though, and just kill the Mangonel without taking any damage. The Woad Raiders are not in the position where they can really threaten the Gebetos. And that Mangonel goes down just about as fast as it fired. Because Gebetos do melee attack. So the armor of the siege weapon is pretty useless. These Gebetos have just dived this town center. I don't know how good of an idea that is. Maybe they'll win? I don't know. Looks like Core Diamond is pulling back. Elite Gebetos have 50 hit points instead of 40, so they're a little bit tankier. And they have some additional attack. But it looks like it's just Gebeto for Core Diamond. What is this? Jasuni making some more farms. Luckily for Jasuni, Core Diamond is not really pressuring him from this side. Okay, Core Diamond building the stone walls now, and he's building a castle here to help secure the area, so he just needs to stonewall off this, and he'll be good to go. Otherwise, his opponent could just punch through the weakest point in his wall. Core Diamond should be making trebuchets, though, but he's not. He's just making Gebetos. So it's giving Jasuni a bit of time to come back. Jasuni's still making villagers. He's kept many of his towns. This town center, I think, has been garrisoned for the past 15 minutes. Jasuni's military options are not that many. Maybe he could get Heavy Scorpion, but Core Diamond could just make Bombard Cannons, I believe, to deal with those Scorpions. So it's not the best answer. But Jasuni does sort of have this wall of town centers here to keep his economy safe. He should consider getting the range up and attack upgrades for the town center. That would help the town center kill Gebetos, so Gebetos can't just dive it. You can't upgrade the range of the town center, but you can upgrade its attack using fletching and bodkin. Core Diamond at 98 villagers. He's fully boomed. Jasuni is at 71, and half of them are not working. Half of them are inside of this town center shooting at the Gebetos. Core Diamond throwing some swords at this town center. This would be a different fight if this town center had Bodkin. But it doesn't. So Core Diamond is able to just lower this town center to a health that where it will eject its villagers within a few volleys of all those Gebeto knives that they throw. Jasuni with a mangonel. Boom. A good hit, but they survive because mangonels don't deal enough damage. I think they deal something like 45 or 40 damage. And the Gebetos are now elite Gebetos, so they will survive a direct hit. So now there's nothing stopping Core Diamond from doing the same thing to this town center up here. And that's exactly what he's going to do. This town center is fully garrisoned. Jasuni's been pulling his villagers back. But without the attack upgrades on this town center, it's not going to do anything to these Gebetos. Maybe kill one. It's, yeah, Jasuni's in pretty rough shape. So all these villagers are going to go down. They cannot escape. The Gebetos are faster than they are. The Age of Empires war crimes. Jasuni's villagers are exterminated from this town center. He is building a castle here, though. The castle will help keep this area secure. He's got some idle villagers here. He is, to his credit, he's continuously making villagers, which is good. But he doesn't really have the means to stop this Gebeto army. He's on he's on these berries. He's got a lot of idle villagers. And he's still making villagers from this town center too. He should be drawing them back here. So the town center will be finished off. And now Core Diamond will work on these buildings. Jasuni building a mill back here. This is a relatively safe mill underneath his castle. Core Diamond with a random villager who just happens to be scouting this area, I suppose. I don't know how the villager ended up over there, only that it is. But because Jasuni doesn't have ballistics, the castle will not hit it. He is getting conscription to help him make units faster. I don't know that conscription applies to siege weapons. Maybe if you know better and you're in the chat, you can tell me. But I think that it only applies to non-siege military units. So, Jasuni really doubling down on the Woad Raiders. I think the Woad Raiders are not what he needs. The Woad Raiders could be good if his opponent had some siege weapons and he needed a fast unit to come in and snipe the siege weapons. Woad Raiders could work pretty well, but he needs an answer to this big block of Gebeto here. And he hasn't come up with one so far. Really, I think the only thing that he can do now at this point, because there are so many of them, is either Onager or just like Mass Scorpion. Mass Scorpion would be less of a power strike. It would take longer to accumulate Mass Scorpion, but it would probably be more effective. It's less risky. If he had Onager, he would probably only have the resources for a couple of them, and there's the chance that Core Diamond could micro all of these and just kill his Onagers anyway. So if he spent those resources on heavy Scorpions, and he had like 10 to 15 of them, it would be much harder to micro all of these units. So now Core Diamond sees the castle, decides to make a trebuchet, make several trebuchets, and he's going to roll forward, and he's going to siege Jasuni's holdings here. Jasuni's original town center may have gone down, but he has additional town centers on this side. Jasuni, he built these buildings a long time ago, but he hasn't used them since, so he doesn't really have an economy back here, except for what you see. Jasuni's Woad Raiders valiantly charging, but they're getting too many knives thrown into their chests as they rush forward. Jasuni with one military Core Diamond's villagers outnumber him 2-1. I think Jasuni is... I think he needs the next game, and he thinks that too. Jasuni calling the GG. And so we'll go on to the next game here. Jasuni had a very good Celt push against Core Diamond, but his big mistake was letting Core Diamond get this castle up. This castle should have never gone up. He had 2 mangonels. He had a few monks. Core Diamond even had a non-ideal, like these houses were here first. He even could only put like a maximum of 10 villagers on it. Jasuni could have killed 10 to 15 villagers right there. And it would have been a different game. So I regard this game as close. It really just came down to that castle. And after that, it was a slow decline for Jasuni. So now let's go and check out the next game. This next map in this set that they're going to play on, Jasuni... Oh, okay, interesting. Is Olympos. Olympos was the map that was... It's a popular map, I think. So the second map in the set is always selected with a discard system. They take turns banning maps until only one map remains. And then that map is the second map that they play on. So we got Core Diamond at 12 o'clock noon up here. And he is up against Jasuni, who is at 6 o'clock. Jasuni is playing as the Gray Saracen, and Core Diamond is playing as the Blue Slav. I am intrigued by the choice of Slavs on this map. I don't really know. I haven't seen him too much. If I were a betting man, though, I would have to bet that Core Diamond has selected the Slavs because he wants to get the unique tech for them, which was something good. It was orthodoxy, which gave their monks armor, and now it's some silly technology that changes a large portion of the castle's stone cost to wood. So maybe Core Diamond knows about this big ridge right here that represents Mount Olympos, and he wants to build castles all over it, Slavic castles everywhere. He seems to like unique units. He made a lot of unique units in the last game. So maybe his strategy is to go many castles and build boyars all over the place. That's what I think he wants to do. Because he's Slavs, and because we know that he likes unique units. Jasuni, on the other hand, is playing as the Gray Saracens. And we've seen Jasuni's Saracens before. He does a very mean archer rush as Saracens. So Jasuni likes to go up as quickly as he can to the feudal age, make a bunch of archers as Saracens, and be everywhere. And he doesn't, and he'll even stop making villagers too. And he'll just use the archers to just prevent his opponent from continuing to make villagers, so he doesn't fall behind. Let's take a look at this, actually. Core Diamond with some town center idle time. He's almost a villager behind in terms of idle town center time, so that's actually really good. Jasuni coming at this with a fresh start. He's tryharding it, though. He's got only 1 second of town center idle time for being 900 elo. It's pretty good. I think Jasuni has potential. Great potential. Jasuni coming out for his boar. Smart to take the forward boar first. Does Jasuni know about both of the boar at this time? Yes, he does. So he smartly takes the forward boar first. Jasuni really needs to build a house, though. Otherwise, he's going to get housed. Sees this lady. Oh, no, Jasuni, no, no, no. Okay, all right. That could have been a lot worse. So Jasuni is building another villager here. All right, and he just completed a house. So only a few seconds of town center idle time from that. He built it back here while we weren't watching. He hasn't found his other sheep yet, though. Ooh, yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, he hasn't found it. Core Diamond heavily invested in these berries. I always think it's funny when the players... I guess this is kind of like a wall-off house. Like, he intends to build another house here, maybe a couple of palisades, and then one back here. And he's kind of walled off that flank. He's taken his boar. Slavic farmers work faster, So it's a nice eco bonus. Saracens don't really have an eco bonus. Jasuni's getting loom right now, though, which is an interesting choice. I'm not really sure why. It could be just to make his boar lures less risky. The villagers are gonna, yeah, take down that boar. That's not too bad. Getting loom, though, is not very popular at the high level because it puts you a villager behind your opponent. But in this case, Jasuni was already kind of a villager ahead, so therefore he's now tied, and his villagers are tankier than Core Diamond's. Core Diamond does not have loom yet. So Jasuni likes to build his production buildings forward, but I don't know if he's going to do that in this case. Core Diamond getting loom now. Has Core Diamond found Jasuni yet? No. He is still looking for Jasuni. Has Jasuni found Core Diamond yet? No. But Jasuni is probably going to succeed because he's headed right for him. So Jasuni building a barracks. Smart. He's going to need that. And he should be pretty close to having the food to click up. Although he's on a lot on stragglers here. I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, it's because he's missing a sheep. He didn't find his sheep, so he needs that food. This is actually not good for Jasuni. He is not in the position to click up. He needs to figure this out. Because he can't just keep... He's continuing to make villagers. It's draining his food supply. He's going over to gold. But he can't build a market yet because he's Dark Age, so he's making a farm. All from Jasuni not finding these sheep and not getting that food. And not reacting by building the farms early enough. If he had built these farms earlier, when he failed to find this food, then he might have the food to click up. So instead, is Jasuni just going to idle his town center? It doesn't look like he's done so... Well, he's done it a little bit, but not very much. He's continuing to make villagers, and Jasuni is going to end up going fast castle, but not really by choice, just because he didn't have the food to click up to the feudal age. Core Diamond is now feudal age. This is not a good idea for a lumber camp. Jasuni needs to build a lumber camp back here, and he also needs to recognize that he is in big trouble. If you're playing on an open land map like this, and your opponent gets feudal age, and you haven't even clicked up yet, you need to be walled. Now, Jasuni has managed to click, and it looked like he was able to do it with the 10 on berries strategy. But Core Diamond has a lot of time here to do whatever he wants. He's fully walled. He's got a gate here. Is Core Diamond going to... He does not appear to have many other buildings, actually. So, luckily for Jasuni, Core Diamond has basically invested his wood into building a wall, rather than building production buildings and trying to make military to mess with Jasuni. So Jasuni's lucky in that respect. He's coming up this way with some villagers. So that's important for Jasuni, because it could have been very different. Core Diamond could have made scouts or something, and Jasuni would have been in very bad shape. Jasuni coming over here. I'm wondering... He knows about the deer. Are these villagers intended for harvesting deer? Nope. So I think he wants to build the ranges over here now. And he does know about Core Diamond's resources. He knows that Core Diamond has 2 golds here. And a stone. So if he can deny this area, Core Diamond is denied of most of his gold. And actually, if he can push in here and get this, then Core Diamond will only be left with this gold over here. And does Core Diamond know about that gold even over there? He does. He actually knows a lot about these different golds. So it's not as big of a win, but Jasuni would still love to deny some of these resources. Alright, so Jasuni making a market. He's making an archery range. He's got another archery range coming. And he's making a house. The house is not that controversial. He needed that anyway. And apparently he's got the foundation for a blacksmith too. So, Jasuni just going to make everything. And he is going to go archers. Core Diamond, I think, wants to just go fast castle. He didn't really have the time to do anything else, because he built this huge wall here. I'm a big fan of huge walls, actually. but it's not stony enough. It needs to be made out of stone. Alright, and Jasuni is going to start his archer rush. He's making archers now. So as a reminder, these guys are around, on average, around 1,000 elo. So they are the bottom and the third to bottom seed in Alchemy League. So these guys are not pro players. They're going to make lots of mistakes, but they're still in the top 50% of players who play ranked. So, you know, chances are, if you see this video, there's a 50% chance that you could learn something from watching these guys. Our next set, those guys are like top 1% of players. That's a 2K matchup. But here we've got Modest Jasuni versus Core Diamond. Jasuni building up his archers. He's making from both ranges. The good news about Jasuni and all of the delays that he's had here is that it's going to give him stronger economy. But Core Diamond is about to click up to the Castle Age. He just needs a little bit more gold. And Jasuni should be coming forward and trying to get in here as soon as possible. Does Jasuni have fletching yet? He does. So this is a question of, can Jasuni kill Core Diamond before Core Diamond gets to Castle Age? Jasuni really needs to get in and deny that gold. That would almost make this worth it. Okay, the Saracen archers eat through buildings very quickly. Core Diamond is reacting to this. He's coming over here and he's building a couple of buildings. He's making a blacksmith because he needs it to click up. And he's making a house because it'll help wall off this area. Now Jasuni needs to come in. He needs to come in and he needs to deny these buildings. I don't think he's going to get there in time, though. Core Diamond has a market somewhere, maybe? No, he does not, actually. So this could be a good win for Jasuni. I don't know if the age up bonuses, if they apply, if you currently have the building, if you need to currently be controlling the building, or if you simply need to have built the buildings that game. So for instance, if Jasuni destroyed this blacksmith, would Core Diamond need to rebuild this blacksmith before clicking up to the Castle Age? I don't recall for that. Core Diamond building a market here. He's market walling. Jasuni is trying to get in. Looks like he actually can reach a lot of that market there. He should finish destroying this house so that he actually can range the entirety of the market. If this market goes up, Core Diamond will be able to click up to the Castle Age. And I think Jasuni doesn't know how important it is that he denies this market. And Core Diamond's going to build a barracks. Okay. So Core Diamond will just sell some food and then click up. He's building a tower on his gold so that he can take his gold. I think Jasuni should be trying to destroy this market. Like, what? Seriously, this is a waste of time. What does this do? If you destroy this, you still can't get in because your archers have to walk underneath the town center. It'll never happen. I don't know why Jasuni's attacking this. This is a strange choice. And Core Diamond has clicked up to the Castle Age. Jasuni destroying this house, and he's not going to be able to get in. I think Jasuni does not realize how close Core Diamond is to the Castle Age. If he did, he would be desperately trying to deny this market. Core Diamond has built a range. He's making skirmishers. But that's not going to be what ends this game here. If Core Diamond wins this game, it'll be because he gets to the Castle Age and makes a bunch of knights. But he doesn't have the armor for the knights. And Jasuni does have quite a few archers. So, I don't want to count Jasuni out yet. But I think that Jasuni is in more trouble than he realizes. Because he's not really doing damage right now. He's destroying some houses, but so what? Core Diamond has lots of houses. He's not denying resources, and he's not killing villagers. Imagine if he came over here and destroyed this house and came in this way and killed all of these villagers. He could win the game doing that. But he needs to feel a sense of urgency here. He needs to be like, you know, I'm on a timer. I have only a certain amount of time to deal damage to my opponent to win this game. And it just seems like, you know what, he destroyed 3 houses, and he destroyed a blacksmith, and he's going to destroy this new blacksmith. Or he's going to destroy this blacksmith, and, you know, he just hasn't done the damage. So Core Diamond hitting Castle Age now. What's he going to do with... He actually could build a siege workshop, too. And, yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's not going to go knights. Jasuni going to build a tower here. This tower doesn't do anything. The tower could buy Jasuni some time in the best situation, but these farms were already denied by the archers, so this tower accomplishes nothing. But Jasuni has so many archers, though. Jasuni with 37 villagers to Core Diamond's 38. Now, you know, to be fair, this tower could be helpful against those skirmishers. And it would kind of give the archers free reign. Jasuni's going to give up on the tower, though, it looks like. He's going to give up on the tower. Blacksmith being built. Elite Skirm is in. And a Mangonel is out. So, Jasuni needs to be very careful about this Mangonel. He's microing his archers. He also needs to have a plan to click up to the next stage, but I don't think there is such a plan here. Doesn't look like the economy is in place for that. He's got 2 villagers on food. This could have been different if Jasuni's archers had come out sooner, I think. So here's the Mangonel. Boom! Big hit. Wipes out like 4 archers. Seriously injures a few more. Another hit. Jasuni cannot afford to keep taking hits like that. He's got an archer charging in. He lost probably 12. He probably lost about 10 archers that way to those Mangonels. Core Diamond has gotten a gold mining upgrade to make his gold miners more efficient. Jasuni is going up to the Castle Age, so I would assume that that was a bunch of market abuse. But he's Saracens, so, you know, they can get away with it. Saracens have better deals on their market than any other civilization.
What's that?
Okay, and Jasuni's going to wait until he gets to the Castle Age, which is the right thing to do. Core Diamond building a monastery. I'm not really sure about this monastery. I'm not sure why he would build this monastery. It could be that he's afraid of Jasuni making cavalry in the next stage, maybe some camels. But I don't know. Maybe Core Diamond just wants to pick up some relics. Maybe he would just like to roll these siege weapons and these skirmishers forward and protect the monks while they get these relics. That's my guess. I don't really know, though. Jasuni's archer mass is pacing. He's got 33 of them. He's going to hit Castle Age pretty soon. He's bought some more food. So it'll probably be crossbowmen and their associated range upgrade. Bodkin arrow. He's selling wood for gold. So... Oh, wait. Is Jasuni going to try to go up to the Imperial Age? What? What is this? Jasuni is thinking about Imperial Age. I can't believe it. Well, first he's got to build... Oh, he's building a monastery. And where's the university? He needs a university. And he can go up to Imperial Age. Now, that would be very interesting. That would be a big game changer, actually. And Core Diamond really does not have a ton of stuff. I mean, he's only got 48 villagers. So, Jasuni wants to go to the Imperial Age, and he just barely is... He doesn't quite have the wood to build his university. Now he's going to build it. You watch. Oh, actually, it's right there. He's already building it. And Jasuni's going to click up to the next stage. I love this. This is such a clever idea. Jasuni does not have the resources to get crossbowmen yet. And he's only got 42 villagers collecting resources in general. But he clicks up. Or he queues it up. He's got Imperial Age coming after that villager is created. I love this. Is his base secure? Not exactly. Core Diamond is starting to get bold here. He's building another town center. And he is sending a scout out. He's got his other starting scout here. Jasuni's military complex is on this side of the map. And Jasuni needs to get crossbowmen as soon as possible. And he needs to get these upgrades, otherwise Imperial Age isn't going to do anything for him. But if he has the potential... He's actually accumulating the stone. I think Jasuni wants to build a castle and then make trebuchets from the castle and pressure his opponent in that way. Core Diamond is getting a relic. Jasuni getting Bodkin. So where's the castle going to go? Maybe he's just going to sell the stone for extra gold. That would honestly be probably the best move. Would be for him to get Arbalister and Bodkin and, like, mass produce Arbalisters with... Sorry, not Bodkin, Bracer. And just destroy all of this. But he needs... Okay, he's going to make siege weapons, which is kind of a strange choice. I wonder if he's going to get Capped Ram? I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't think he needs it. He needs to do damage to Core Diamond. I mean, he did put Core Diamond on the back foot. And he did slow down Core Diamond's boom. Core Diamond is really only now on 3 town centers. And has Core Diamond discovered Jasuni's military complex yet? I think he's about to. Yeah, he finds one range here. And he's going to find Jasuni's military. He finds all of the ranges. Okay, Scout goes down. Jasuni's archers kill it. Jasuni is going to be Imperial Age in just a few seconds here. But I don't know about these rams. I think Jasuni should just get these advanced archers and just tear through Core Diamond's base. I think he's underestimating how easily he could do that with the number of archers he has. He could rip through these mangonels with Arbalisters. It'd be like no problem. Core Diamond getting Bodkin now. He sees all of Jasuni's remaining archers. Jasuni's Imperial Age. He's getting chemistry. So I think Jasuni wants bombard cannons, actually. He wants bombard cannons to deal with the skirmishers and the mangonels. I figured him out now. Even though he made one ram. Well, he's still making rams. But the clock's ticking. There's urgency here. He's giving Core Diamond time to react to him being an Imperial Age. Core Diamond is also... does he have all the relics yet? He's got 3 of them. Anytime that Jasuni needs food, he just buys it. He should ungarrison these rams and start moving them forward. They could be good for soaking javelins from the skirmishers. He's headed back over this way. He really just needs to start tearing down town centers. And he could be. He totally could be. Core Diamond is now headed up to the Imperial Age. If Core Diamond gets to the Imperial Age, Jasuni will, without taking losses, you know, just before Jasuni attacks, then Core Diamond will win again. Jasuni just not doing the damage. Alright, castle here. Jasuni headed back. He sees the 3 mangonels and he decides he doesn't want to challenge them. Where are the bombard cannons? Alright, he is making a bombard cannon. He's got 2 rams coming forward. So Jasuni is slowly building up what he needs, but I think it's not fast enough. I think Core Diamond has had enough time to respond. Bombard cannons are being created. They're expensive. Jasuni built a castle here to defend his gold mine. I think he should have just sold this stone and used it to get Arbalister as quickly as possible. His monk is under attack. Core Diamond's scout cavalry picking off this monk. Jasuni gonna make another monk. Alright, the rams have destroyed that house. The mangonels are coming forward. These rams will not last long against the mangonels. He needs that cannon. Alright, he does get one of the mangonels. This ram is very damaged. And Core Diamond has to withdraw. So Jasuni is now beginning his siege. I think it's too late. Core Diamond is still like 30 seconds away from Imperial Age. I think that it's not... Jasuni has not done enough damage here, but we'll see. Jasuni continuing to faithfully make bombard cannons. Nope. He's gotten 2 bombard cannons out. The villager's actually going down. Core Diamond hitting Imperial Age. And what's the plan for Core Diamond? Well, the first thing that he wants to do is get ballistics, and he's really investing in these Slavic skirmishers, which I think is a mistake. So, in that sense, it kind of helps Jasuni that Core Diamond is going Slavic skirmisher for some reason. Core Diamond could be getting, like, the armor upgrades, and could be making a bunch of paladins. Not paladins, but cavalier. Cavalier would be the ideal choice here against all of these archers and cannons. We do see a knight. What's the armor status on that knight? Well, apparently not good enough. Core Diamond building a castle here, too. I suppose... I understand why Jasuni's coming around this way. There's not much left over here. Jasuni could probably pressure that castle. He's making a trebuchet. Okay, Jasuni's going trebuchets. So Jasuni should be able to see that castle, then, with that trebuchet. Let's see. Now, Jasuni does not know that there's a castle being built here, but he's about to find out. There it is. Yeah, sees it. He's going to go over and attack it. Now, he needs to make sure that these mangonels do not destroy his trebuchet, but he's sending the cannons for that. So he flattens one mangonel, and he's about to flatten another one. And between his cannons and the trebuchet, he should be able to prevent this castle from doing anything useful. Jasuni still has not gotten the Arbalister upgrade, but I don't think he really needs it right now. So he needs to focus these cannons on the skirmishers. And he has enough cannons for that. Bunch of skirmishers go down. Cannons have taken some javelin hits. And the skirmishers are targeting the trebuchet. Ooh, that's not a good idea. And another cannon volley into the skirmishers. Jasuni is doing better than I thought. I really thought that Core Diamond would, like, get Imp and then get Cavalier and build, like, 7 stables back here. But he's making different choices. I don't think they're the right choice. But maybe that's just me. Mangonel very damaged. Core Diamond has a trebuchet of his own out. He doesn't really have any stone, so he can't really repair this castle very much. Jasuni has the bombard cannons, so he should be able to win this fight here. But this Mangonel is going to work on Jasuni's trebuchet. And then these skirmishers want to finish the rest of it off. Jasuni has 3 bombard cannons. This trebuchet actually is going to go down. Jasuni making another one. Core Diamonds. I wonder if Jasuni knows that he can repair the bombard cannon. He hasn't repaired it yet. Another Mangonel coming out. If Jasuni had Arbalister and Bracer, like these Mangonels would not be a problem. But it's like he has to keep on withdrawing his army whenever he sees this. Alright, Mangonel gets a juicy shot on the crossbows. Jasuni's made another trebuchet. Core Diamond has made another trebuchet. Seems like they can't really push across these castles. Jasuni pulling his bombard cannons back and forth. He's playing this little dance against these skirmishers. I think he needs more bombard cannons. He's got the resources to make a lot more things. A lot more siege weapons and a lot more archers. Jasuni should invest in Arbalister and Bracer, though. Core Diamond is just kind of wasting his time, Jasuni's time, by dancing around with skirmishers here. And it means that the cannons can't push. But Jasuni might be wanting to do a ram push here. Looks like he's got a couple of rams coming forward. Rams could absorb skirmisher javelins pretty easily. This game is much more competitive than the previous game. Jasuni's Celt push was pretty unlucky last game. So like, these skirmishers should totally get flattened by the bombard cannons. They should not be able to get away with coming forward and holding still like this. Diamond has so many mangonels. So many mangonels, but no onager. He's getting block printing. Probably, maybe to convert the siege weapons, like the bombard cannons. Here come the rams. So these mangonels go down to the rams. And we got boyars. We have boyars here. Jasuni has monks for boyars, but he hasn't used them yet. There's a lot of micro going on for 1k. Bombard cannon go down. And these skirmishers are just persisting in a very annoying manner for Jasuni. He needs more bombard cannons. Is he making them? Not right now. And redemption. So Core Diamond intends to convert. Jasuni damaging this monastery enough to eject the relics, which is important for him. He might want to go on a relic heist. I see these monks are moving over in that direction. He needs to convert the boyars, though. And he's got archers engaging the skirmishers, which is not really a cost-effective fight. Yeah, Jasuni, you can't do this. There's no way. Jasuni's greed, though. There's no way. What are you thinking? You can't just steal those relics out from underneath your opponent's nose. There goes 300 gold. Jasuni has a mangonel now. Decent. Well, it looked like it would be a good hit, but it didn't hit the skirmishers for some reason. Hey, DJ Sapson, welcome. Jasuni just now getting ballistics. He's got a ton of gold. And how much armor do these boyars have? They have no armor upgrades, which explains why the archers are just tearing through them. Jasuni's still working on this castle, but it seems like he just can't push all of these skirmishers. He doesn't have the cannons for it. Is he making more cannons? No. Jasuni should refresh his lumber camp. I know he's very busy, but it would help. He's got 14 on wood, but it's very inefficient. Core Diamond gonna recollect these relics. Cannons would be better than mangonels. Jasuni with another trebuchet. He's gonna work on this castle again. I think Core Diamond's trebuchet has been there for the past 5 minutes. He hasn't seen it behind the tower. Core Diamond gonna build another monastery. And these guys are in a vicious and bitter fight for the last game here. Jasuni wants to tie it up, and Core Diamond wants to sweep it. It's a tough fight. These guys see each other often because they're similar elos, and we don't have a lot of players in Alchemy League. I'm considering, you know, if we do get enough players, we might be able to randomize things a little bit more and give people different opponents besides just the 4 that happen to be ideal for the stack. Let's take a look at the kill to death here. Core Diamond with 61 kills and 93 deaths. So that's definitely Skirmisher KD. Jasuni repairing the trebuchet. The Eco KD is pretty low. Both these guys are just concerned with fighting each other's armies. And here we are. Here we are. Core Diamond coming forward. He wants to convert the bombard cannon. And I think he will. Jasuni pulling it back now. Yeah, Core Diamond converts that bombard cannon. That's a big loss for Jasuni. Jasuni's going to need to go Atonement Monks, and he's got the gold for it. Holy cow. And these guys could have themselves a little Atonement Monk battle. But Jasuni has all of these production buildings, and he's got all of this gold stockpiled. He's just got to work on his macro here as the last of his archers are finally going to get killed off by Core Diamond's skirmishers. But I think Jasuni, he's just now getting Bracer. Oof. Jasuni had a good idea. That fast Imperial was very smart. The problem was that he gave Core Diamond enough time to build up a skirmisher mass and to get buildings and technologies in place to where it didn't deal as much damage as it needed to. And Jasuni calling the GG. His army has been cleaned up. He didn't get the technology that he needed. He should have just, instead of doing the castles, he should have recognized that, you know, his opponent is not going to come over here and attack him while he is pushing in on his opponent. He should have sold the stone and used it to just buy a ton of arbalisters with Bracer, and his archers really could have chewed up this entire town. And they could have even fought against the skirmishers, really. It's not, you know, cost effective in the long term, but it would have been okay in that situation. So Core Diamond here with the 2-0 win against Jasuni. But they were some good games, I think, especially the second game. It was exciting because Jasuni did have quite a bit of momentum for a while. So now let us go and check out our players for the next set. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say about this. Fun game. So let's see. We've just seen Core Diamond versus Jasuni. Now we're going to be looking at some 2K level players, at least. So we will clear this up. No fill. So we are looking at Ween Dinchester versus Wizanatic, the number 3rd and the number 5 seed in the tournament, respectively. So it looks like we're looking at 2K and 2.1K. So these guys are really good. These guys are probably top 1% easily of the player base. Probably even better than that. So not going to be a lot of text saying they should be doing this or they should be doing that, because chances are these guys are not going to be making any mistakes that I'm going to see. You know, maybe if I were the Viper or Hera or some high-level top 10 pro player, I'd be able to point stuff out. But I'm just going to mostly be watching and like reacting, and I'm going to do my best to explain why they're doing what they're doing. But like I said, these guys are super good. So we are lucky to have players of all stripes in Alchemy League. We just saw Jasuni versus Core Diamond, so around 1,000, and now we're at 2K. The more players that we get, the easier of a time our matchmaker will have at matching up people who are really close in ELO. But for now, this still gives us the opportunity to test out our handicap applicator. All right. So, oh, look at this. We got 2 Frurios here. That's not how it's supposed to be. One sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Looks like I accidentally put 2 of the same game here from Ween Dinchester and Wizanatic in the same set. Oops, 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 oops. We'll open that file location. Recorded games. No, I have game 1 and game 2 in here. But according to Capture Age, I'll show you. So we've got Wizanatic versus Ween Dinchester, and they're both Frurio. But my folder says... Oh, you know what? I bet that they had a restart. I'm looking at this. You know, where somebody accidentally dropped within the first minute and they agreed to restart it. And they accidentally uploaded the wrong game. I bet that's what happened. So, I'll tell you what. I'm going to actually skip this recording. I'm going to delete these two recordings here. And I'll have to update the title for this stream later. And I am going to download Leonovo versus Seikilos. And that's what we're going to cast. So I'm very sorry for the technical difficulty. I should have checked the recordings before starting the stream. All right. So we're going to refresh this. All right, here we go. All right, so very sorry about that, guys, for the delay. It's very unprofessional of me. All right, so we're going to show the different players instead. We're not going to show you Wisnatic versus Ween Dinchester because I only have one valid game from them. So we're going to say no fill here. We're going to show Seikilos versus Leonovo. So not quite to the same level, but still very similar. We've got, well, okay, actually. We've got 1781 versus 2K. So about 1800 versus 2.1K, guys. The first game is on Hideout. Well, it's on Krishvigido, which looks a lot like Hideout. These players are actually starting a little bit closer to each other. Oops, let me transition over here to the game so you guys can see. And we are going to make sure that we casting Leon. There we go. So I'm going to refer to him as Leon versus Seikilos. I believe that these are both German players, and I will update the title of the game later. So sorry if you came to see Wisnatic and Ween Dinchester, but I only have one valid game from them, so they're going to have to fix that. So we've got, this is the map of the week that they're playing on. These guys are 1800 to 2K. We've got Portuguese versus Malian. So again, we've got two civilizations that have strong, unique units. However, I think that given the proximity of these players, I don't know that they've found each other yet. That's Gaia that we were looking at. Yeah, Leon has not found Seikilos yet. Has Seikilos found Leon yet? Probably not. No, he hasn't found him yet. But based on how close they are, I think we might even see some feudal aggression here. But we'll see. Now, remember that thing that I was talking about during the first game that I casted where somebody would delete a hole in their wall in order to lure the deer in? That's what Leon has done here. So, we saw Jasuni with the... and Core Diamond with the whole sheep standing in the gate thing. And then the sheep holds the gate open while they push the deer in. In this case, both of the players are kind of afraid of the other guy harassing and stealing their sheep if they do that. So they probably both going to delete the wall so that they can push their deer in, and then they'll patch it up later. Let's see what Seikilos has done. He's actually using the sheep in the gate. I appreciate that. Seikilos very trusting. You know, sometimes you get up to that 2K level and you just don't trust anybody. But Shikso trusts his opponent not to mess with the sheep. Or maybe he's confident enough that he can pull his sheep back when he's not using it. And it's just in that short window that, you know, nah, nobody's going to take it. It's all just a matter of trust. And this scout unit, he's not good for much. He's not very damaging, but he can still push deer. The deer are still afraid of him. Nobody told the deer that he's really not that lethal. They both have forward berries. Shikso's berries are probably a little bit more forward, but not much. Now, okay, Shikso is just now building this lumber camp. And he's building it again kind of on the side. This is actually, he could kind of chop through here. This is, you know, this is not that far, I don't think. Have I seen narrower on Hideout? Probably. But it's not that wide for this map. This map tends to have that a little bit beefier, a little bit thicker of a forest wall here. Leon has not even found... Well, I mean, he may have found those sheep, but he hasn't gone for them yet. Yeah, he hasn't gone for them yet. So the reason that Shikso was so late building his lumber camp is because the Portuguese get wood off of their berries. It's very strange, actually. He's probably got some special lightning-fast Castle Age build where he's going to build the organ guns very quickly. He's going to get up to Castle Age very quickly and then build the organ guns quickly and then push out across the map and blow all of his opponent's units up with gunpowder. So Leonovo still has not gotten that sheep, though. What's he doing? He's coming around here and exploring. He thinks maybe that Shikso's on this side, but that's not true. Shikso's on the other side. Yeah, he's coming out this way looking for Shikso. All he had to do was go this way. Shikso's right here. Shikso's scout. He sees Leon, chooses not to engage. Shikso also looking for Leon. I think Shikso has actually also gone the wrong way. So he might be pleasantly surprised to see, or unpleasantly surprised, to see that his opponent is so close. Let's see what Shikso's understanding is. Yeah, they both went the wrong way. So Shikso came all the way around here, and he's like, oh, my opponent's just right here. Leon's going this way. And, you know, Leon's assumption that Shikso was over here may have been reinforced from the idea that this is the direction that Shikso's scout came from. So it's just sort of funny that they're both going the wrong way to find each other. Leon headed up to the feudal age as Malians. He's going up on 24 pop, which is okay for a map like Hideout where your resources can be safe, your woodline can be safe, and you start with palisade walls. As going up on 24 pop for Arabia is asking for trouble, but it's okay on Hideout. Shikso going up on 26. So Shikso is definitely more of a fast castle build here. He's got a couple villagers on gold. He's got a few villagers on stone, so he's definitely thinking about a castle. Leon building a barracks. I'm wondering if Leon is going to go into archers, but probably not, because he's got close to the resources to go Castle Age. Market here for Leon, so maybe market blacksmith for Leon, but or yeah, I don't know, market stable. The plan is to go for relics. Leon is not going to be that far away from clicking up to Castle Age here. He's just making some villagers. Shikso, almost feudal age. Shikso is going to put market blacksmith down 100%. Probably going to go like right here in front, maybe over here to the side, not sure. Leon is pressuring this area. Yeah, that's about right. But because the scout is not very damaging, it's going to take him forever to do anything. And Shikso probably has enough wood to get double bit axe now. Probably part of the build order. He's going to get loom. Loom will allow his villagers to come forward and drop a castle if he knows that his opponent does not have military. Leon, okay, so he's done stable and market here. He's probably going to be going scouts. Leon's actually clicked up to the Castle Age before Shikso, which makes sense because he was up to the feudal age before Shikso. Shikso idling his town center. What's he waiting for? What's he waiting for? Just click up, Shikso. He seems to have forgotten that he didn't click up. Leon's distraction worked. And he clicks up now. That's pretty unfortunate. At this skill level, that seems like that's a lot of idle time. So poor Seikilos, he forgot. Leon distracted him. He's building a barracks, but his main goal is to build a castle. Make no mistake. Leon is making scouts. He's got one scout already. He's building another one. He's got a decent ring of farms around his town center. And my guess is that these scouts are going to tell... Leon has chosen to go scouts because he wants to see if Seikilos builds a forward castle, he wants to be able to deny it. And he believes that if he has a sufficient number of scouts, he can do that. We'll see. Here it is. Alright. Seikilos has built a barracks. He's making a few more spearmen. He is expecting scouts from his opponent to try to stop this castle drop. But Seikilos sending the whole town practically to build this castle. If he can get this castle up on that gold, that would be a good win for him. Leon has a bunch of scouts here. So without the spearmen, those scouts would be quite devastating against these villagers. But because these spearmen are present, Seikilos will be able to drop his castle. He can pretty much choose anywhere outside of these walls to build it. But this is just as good a place as any. He'll build this here. He'll deny this gold. He will destroy this market eventually. So it's a decent castle location. You know, he could try to be greedy and come over here, but it just gives his opponent way too much time. Seikilos is building a market too. We see that one spearman has gone down. Oh no. Some bad fights here for Seikilos. Seikilos got a quick wall his villagers in. So the castle will go up, but he will lose some villagers in the process. So that fight did not go the way that he wanted. Leon was fast enough with the light cav upgrade and with getting cavalry out and recognizing what Seikilos was up to. So Seikilos losing some valuable villagers from that. He's only got 22 villagers now. He will build... What happened here? Oh, how did this get in? How did that get in? Oh, that is a disaster for Seikilos. I don't understand how that knight got in. Yeah, I think this is GG. At this level, you can't recover from something like that. That's 10 villagers dead. Guys, did anybody see how this knight got in? I did not see it. That knight denying this castle is just huge. Losing 10 villagers this early in the game, it's huge. I don't really know what Seikilos can do from that. He's bought some food. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Seikilos. He's gonna get pikemen now. I guess he's made a couple of monks. Leon is making a monastery. Leon's probably very excited. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I just denied a 2K player's castle drop. But I don't know what happened here. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I could have seen a situation where Leon killed like 4 villagers or something, but Seikilos, you know, because he's a 2K player, manages to quick wall in and protect the rest of his villagers. But for all of those villagers to go down and for the castle to be denied, I'm not really sure how that happened. But Seikilos continuing to try, you know, because he's sending the rest of his town. He's got more villagers coming forward. He's got pikemen out. He's going to fight this. Seikilos knows that if this castle doesn't go up, it's over. And he has the pikemen to keep these light cav busy. And to keep these villagers alive, mostly. But the problem is that his opponent has stonewalled this castle in now. So there's no getting in. He would actually have to, like, shank down the stone walls with his own villagers. He's got a monk here. He's converting the knight. But, yeah, that sucks when something like that happens to you in a tournament. But, hey, you know, it's also a fun upset, too. Like, Leon's probably really enjoying the game right now. He's like, oh, yeah, you know, 2K player, I just did this to him. Probably does not get many wins versus 2K players, but maybe he does, too, at the same time. Leon was smart about recognizing that a castle drop was imminent and preparing for it. And Shikso knew that Leon knew that the castle drop was coming. But Leon somehow overcame Shikso in a way that I didn't see. So I can't really comment on it. I don't know how it happened, boys. I'm just confused. But now we get to see Shikso react and do plan B. He's really like strapped for resources. He's got 19 villagers. Leon has 39 villagers. He's got another monk here. The monk does not have the conversion juice, though. Pikeman fighting the knight. The villagers fighting the scorpion. Shikso fighting for his life. Another monk comes out. He's got a ram coming out. He needs to get in here. He's converting the pikeman so that he can use the pikeman, maybe. And yeah, Shikso's realizing, I can't do anything. My opponent's got this. And calls the GG. That's the first win for Leon there. A quick game, but a vicious game and very action-packed. That's very unfortunate for Shikso, but it was good on Leon to recognize what his opponent was doing and punish it. So now we will watch the next one. Arabia. So this is Greek Arabia. You don't have player-assigned woodlines because your woodlines are just further away. So at 12 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we've got Leon. He is playing as the Blue Mongols. And then at around 5 o'clock, we've got Shikso playing as the Cyan Chinese. Chinese have such a weird start. You have to get Loom first, but you do start with 3 extra villagers. And I've heard that Chinese at a high level can be played really well. Like, you can really take advantage of the Chinese bonus at a high level in a way that is not done at the 1K level. So Shikso with 6 villagers, he's got a 1 or 2 villager lead over Leon because he started with extra ones, but he had some idle time because Chinese. So the woodlines are really far away. Many of your resources actually are decently far away on Greek Arabia. It's similar to the King of Ireland tournament. And but you don't have player-assigned woodlines, but nobody really notices because they're far enough away. So that's all right. We actually could not. The reason for that is because you can't. I could not figure out a way of doing player-assigned woodlines when you have this eagle artwork on the minimap. That's literally the reason why. Maybe that's a terrible reason, but that is the reason. Yep, accommodating artwork. You must accommodate the artwork. There's another boar here. The boars have craters underneath them, so if you see a crater but no boar, then you've been lamed. And Shikso's really out for blood this time. He's not found his boar yet. He's got to make sure that he's scouting with his sheep, actually. Where's Shikso's main scout? I guess he's over here. Okay, he was pushing in deer, that's why. That's why. So he hasn't found his boar yet. But Shikso, if he can at least tie this up, he's okay. Like, it would have been ideal for Shikso to win 2-0 here. You know, Shikso always wants to win as many games as possible. Because the more games you win, the more likely you are to earn money in the league. But, you know, money is not the real attraction to our league. Maybe someday, if we get big enough budgets, we can kind of plan that out a little bit better. But that's my big regret is... The only real regret that I have for Alchemy League, actually, so far, is that we just don't have the budget to reward all of the great players that we have. And there are some really creative people that are willing to, like, try out new and custom maps, and I wish I could just pay all of them, but I just can't. And that's how it goes. So we'll refine our compensation model if we get more players and higher level players and have bigger budgets. But for now, it is what it is. And it is simply, the more games you win, the more likely you are to earn money. It's not really like an elimination kind of thing. And maybe that's just completely normal. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Shikso coming out and grabbing his other boar. Let's see what Leon is up to. So Leon might be doing like a... Yeah, he's only got 2 on wood. So Leon is doing a lightning scouts build as Mongols. He wants to come in here And he wants to ravage Shikso's berries. Shikso shooting at the board with the town center first to weaken it. And then finishing it off with the villagers. Shikso's got 3 on wood. So this is telling me that Shikso is planning a scouts build of his own. But his scouts build isn't going to be as insane as Leon's scouts build. So when you look at the Mongols and you see that they've only got 2 on wood at this point in the game, you know they're like throwing everything they can on food. Get that food to come in as fast as possible. Mongols collect deer and other hunted meat faster than most civilizations. So, therefore, they could get up faster. There's a lot of hunted meat to be taken. And what's Leon do? He's got a bunch of villagers queued up, actually. He could cancel any of these villagers that he wanted to and click up. But maybe he's changed his mind. Just look at the size of this queue, actually. He's deciding maybe to go... Oh, he's going over to... Interesting. So this isn't lightning scouts. This is lightning archers. And he's basically deciding when he wants to click up to the feudal age. That's pretty tricky. Tricking the caster with a different build order. He's coming out here to go on the berries now. And maybe all he needed to do was scout his opponent. Shikso's going to be up to the feudal age quickly, though. I think Shikso is still going to go scouts. He's only up in a few seconds from now. We'll see him hit feudal age, and maybe we'll see Shikso come over with 2 villagers and build like a stable right here or something. So he hits feudal age. He's sending the second villager out. He's going to finish this barracks with the 2 villagers, and then they're going to build a stable right here, probably. Yep, there it is. So, Leon is afraid of scouts. He's proactively walling in his resources, which is smart. Both these players are pretty smart. He's walled in his gold miners. I don't know if this is a hole in the wall. I don't think so, though. I think it's just the way it's shown with the elevation. Shikso getting horse collar. This will help his scout. This will help the efficiency of his farms. Remember, guys, that he's Chinese, and his team bonuses that farms yield plus 45, I think it's 45 food anyway. So that's going to make them even better. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, 277 food. I don't know that's plus 45. It's probably something a little bit different. But anyway, Shikso's made a scout. He's making more scouts. He's making more villagers. And Shikso is fully planning on that scout rush. But Leon is ready. Leon showed last game that he knows all of Shikso's tricks. He's probably played him a bunch. He was ready for that castle drop last time. He's ready. He's getting ready for the scout rush now. But Shikso scouting this, I guess, and realizing that his opponent is small walled, so he's going to come and tower rush it. He's got to send villagers forward to try to get in here because his scouts can't get in there by themselves. He's got to fight off this wolf for it, and Shikso is doing some kind of scout and tower rush at the same time. Very aggressive. He wants Leon out of this game. He wants to crush Leon. Shikso's maybe a little bit embarrassed by what happened last game, and he's out for revenge. He does not want to give Leon any chance of winning this game. He's going to even wall Leon's villagers in so they can't charge down the tower. But Shikso's scouts are ready here, and we're going to see a big fight. There is a spearman here, but it's Shikso's spearman, I believe. So Leon coming forward with the villagers. Shikso just trying to be as annoying as possible. He's heavily outnumbered. He could have a Vil fight here and not win, but he does manage to get the tower up and buy some time. And a very disruptive tower. I don't know that that tower does very much damage, but apparently Shikso's managed to kill 2 eco units, and Leon has lost another one, maybe to a wolf or to a boar, and we just didn't see it. So huge disruption here. And Shikso is just vicious. He just does not want Leon to take resources. Got another scout approaching. Leon is building a stable. I don't know. This market blacksmith would suggest that Leon planned for a fast castle. That and the fact that Leon is headed to the castle age would suggest that it's a fast castle. So this is really a question of the map. You know, does this map allow a fast castler to be challenged by feudal age aggression? That's what we're going to be seeing here. this could be a referendum against the map. Shikso's going to pick off a villager here. No, he's not. The villager escapes. Shikso must see that. Yeah, he wants that villager so bad. Look at him. He's looping back around. He's trying to avoid this javelin. Is he gonna? He dives it, and he does manage to get the villager. So awesome play for Shikso. So he got what he was looking for there. The spearmen are finally out. Leon is castle age. I think Leon's goal now is to just like, I don't know where all of Leon's stone actually went. He probably sold it to click up. So he's on gold now. What will probably happen is Shikso will fall back, and Shikso will be satisfied with the damage done and try to get up to castle age. And Leon will take as much wood as he can, as fast as he can. He'll continue taking this gold. He'll buy stone, and then he'll build a town center on a wood line, maybe next to a stone if he can. So, and Leon should know about, yeah, Leon knows about both of these stones, so probably he'll build a town center either here or here. I believe that's what will happen. Although, Leon is making step lancers, so maybe his plan is to counterattack Shikso's economy. And step lancers are just a little bit better at poking their way through small walls. So, Leon doesn't really have the ranged units, and he's not willing to build a tower at this point to challenge Shikso, but you know what, maybe in the castle age you build a couple of step lancers and see if you can get some villager pickoffs against your opponent. And it does look like Shikso's lost some villagers, but I think those villagers were involved in the tower rush. I don't think they died because of Leon's offensive military units. Town center garrisoned. Additional scout being made. Shikso's still making scouts. I don't know that I agree with that. I think he should be making spearmen. But maybe he's got a plan for the scouts. He's planning to come in here and pick off some villagers. Leon has not invested in another town center yet, which surprises me. I thought that he would. He's trying to get damage in with these step lancers. Chinese do not get step lancers. They don't believe in steps. So how can you make a step lancer if you don't believe in steps? So he's got a bunch of scouts. What is this? These scouts do not have bloodlines. They don't have any armor upgrades. There are simply a lot of them. I don't think Shikso can do anything with that. I think he just needs to get up to the next stage. He's got an army of spearmen here. Okay. He does manage to pick off one of Leon's step lancers. Leon not messing around. He wants to close this out. Leon would love to get 2-0 versus Shikso here. Leon is at an elo disadvantage, so Leon's looking at this like, alright, there's twice as much prize pool at stake for the second sprint. And Shikso is higher elo than me. I go against 2 people who are higher elo than me, and I go against 2 people who are lower elo than me, and if I can get 2 wins against somebody that's higher elo than me, I'm going to be in a really good position to win some prize money in Alchemy League. And he wants it. He really wants it. But Shikso just has this massive army of spearmen here. I don't think I've seen this many spearmen in one place in Feudal Age, in Age of Empires. I wonder if Leon is going to circle back. He's not. He's not going to circle back and target Shikso's gold. I thought that he would. I guess he's just going to go after this market, maybe. Maybe a couple villagers here that he could pick off. Shikso's probably going to react in time. No, he does get a villager pick. Gets a second one. Shikso's spearmen are out here in the middle of nowhere. Shikso still has a villager lead over Leon. He disrupted Leon heavily with this tower rush and scout rush attack. And if Leon is not careful, like, these scouts could come in and maybe do some damage here, pick off some villagers on his wood line. He does have two spearmen at each resource collection location, so it's safe for now as long as he's paying attention. Leon getting this siege workshop up, and he's got the step lancers protecting the villager. Shikso is a minute and a half, a little less than that, away from the castle age. And we got ourselves a big fight here. Leon just wants to finish off these spearmen so they're not threatening him anymore. And he does not quite manage to kill them all off. I think that was a mistake. I think he should have made a scorpion or two before taking that fight. But, you know, he knows that sooner or later Schickso is going to be Castle Age, and he wants to prevent Schickso from... He wants to do as much damage to Schickso as possible before that time. You know, he's got the forward siege workshop here. It looks like he didn't quite finish this house before Schickso was able to pick off the villager. But he's got the forward siege workshop. He's making the scorpion now to help him against spearmen. And Schickso's scouts are coming. Leon's got a couple of spearmen who will engage this, but they are surrounded. And Leon knows it. The spearmen go down, and he has to evacuate that gold. He does have a couple more spearmen up here, but it's not really worth pulling them off, and he loses 2 villagers. So this is kind of like a revenge raid here from Schickso in exchange for what Leon did to him at this farm. This has been a pretty vicious game so far, with Leon going heavily into Steppe Lancers. Schickso is now in Castle Age. He can make knights, but this castle is... Sorry, this town center is in trouble. Schickso needs to be very careful here. He could very easily lose this town center to this pressure. Not so much, you know, because it's just one mangonel, but he's got a lot of Steppe Lancers that can dive and maybe kill villagers if the town center gets down to a critical health where it can't garrison. So Schickso managing to snipe these siege weapons with his knights and drive these Steppe Lancers off with his spearmen. Schickso 39 villagers to Leon's 28. Leon has really brought it during this set, and it's been a pleasure to watch. Steppe Lancers are looking for some trouble. They're looking for some raids, but Schickso's army is here, and they are ready. So what is Leon doing now? Leon still has not built another town center. I was completely wrong. I thought that Leo would make another town center and try to, like, boom and get ahead in villagers, but he's been very aggressive. Schickso is victorious. So Leon calling the GG. Schickso getting in here on his economy. And Leon is just out of stuff. Schickso has worn him down. Schickso gets his revenge. So guys, I'm going to change the title of this stream. I'll also message those guys and see if they can provide the correct recordings. I really appreciate you tuning in and spending about an hour and a half with me watching some Alchemy League. It's actually close to 2 hours. This has been a longer set because Jasuni and Core Diamond were really going at it. They their games were long. I think that tends to be the case, you know, lower elo, longer games generally. Maybe not necessarily, though. Hera and MBL once had like a 6-hour game on Arena, so they're definitely outliers. But this has been a really entertaining set to watch. I'm glad that we were able to watch this as backup. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully you guys find Alchemy League interesting. And if anybody's new to the stream and they're interested in potentially taking part in Alchemy League Season 4, be sure to join the Discord. Alchemy League Season 4 is going to be Alaska-themed. And we've got... You think that these maps are cool. I mean, these maps, you know, the Greek maps, a lot of them are based off of standard maps. For the Alaska maps, for Alchemy League Season 4, like, it's all brand new stuff. It doesn't look anything like, assuming that everything goes to plan and we get the maps that we want, they will look nothing like the standard maps, which is very exciting. So, guys, thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.